Howdy Oilers, I'm your host Shane Kaiser, Survival Guy, and welcome back to another episode of Campus Update. But before we jump into it, I'm going to turn subtly and dramatically. Wow, I can't believe that was my last break of high school, but I can believe that I spent my entire week on the couch with a bag of non-sponsored generic brand potato chips. I'm really making the most of my youth. In case you missed some of the top stories this week, Emma's here to give you a recap in this week's edition of 60-Second World News.
Hey there, Oilers. Hope you had a wonderful break, and here's to a great rest of the year, hopefully. But luckily, we only have about 2 months left, so let's make it count. I'm here to start off your morning with some things that happened the past week while we were in school. First of all, the U.S. government has put stricter sanctions on Russian oligarchs and companies owned by them. Most of the government, as well as President Trump, have supported these sanctions. In Humboldt, Canada, this past week, a bus crash killed 14 young hockey players and left 15 injured as a bus collided with a tractor trailer. In a country where hockey is such an important sport culturally, many communities surrounding Humboldt have been hugely affected by this, and our hearts are with these young players and their families. Finally, there has been huge debate over a form passed out to second graders regarding recognizing white privilege. Some parents have argued that this form was intended to invoke guilt among some students, and that is far too young to have race pressures put on these children. While the PTA at the school argued that this form was only intended to help race relations and start a discussion between students about discrimination. That's all we have for you today, Oilers. Thanks for watching, and remember, we're on the home stretch.
Thanks for that info, Emma. The news was created to inform the public so that we can make good decisions for ourselves and our communities. That's why we do this show in the first place. However, some important stories can be overshadowed by all the crazy things in the news these days. For instance, take the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Thousands of people are still without access to clean drinking water, but there has not been much publicity on this topic due to all the other stories making bigger headlines. Don't forget about Puerto Rico and all the other people suffering from the last hurricane season. We the people can solve these problems. All it takes is your voice. Whatever it is you care about, never be afraid to speak out and demand change, as it is your right to do so in this great country. Now let's get to some celebration. This week we decided to celebrate one of the beloved teachers on this campus, Miss Eulberg, in this Teacher Spotlight.
I became interested in teaching in college. When I was going to Cypress Junior College, I had a history teacher that was really exciting and passionate, and it excited me about not only the subject matter, but got me thinking that I would possibly pick a career in teaching as well.
Having Eulberg as a teacher this year has taught me 3 really important life lessons: organization, time management, and the wonders of coffee.
The thing that I love the most, I think, is the interaction with the students and the fact that I'm doing something different every day, and I have the flexibility to do that in my classroom.
Well, she's just really funny, like all the time. Like even if we're like taking notes, she'll say something and everyone will just burst out laughing.
What I liked most about Miss Eulberg was that she was a very engaging teacher. She made it a lot easier to learn world history. I
think a good teacher is someone who is passionate about the subject matter and someone who engages the students on a regular basis and makes the topic interesting.
Seriously, Eulberg, you're a great teacher, really engaging, and sorry I'm always late to your class.
Thanks, Miss Eulberg, for all you do. In other news, don't forget about cookie grams available to brighten the day of anyone with a birthday. I apologize in advance for butchering names. This month's birthday shoutouts go to Alyssa Tarasi, Carson Rudy, Ava Lindquist, Carolyn Bo Sellers, Guinevere Mangold, Hannah Siorgan, Max Birch, Sinjin Choi, and Sarah Beal. Also a half-birthday shoutout to Maggie Baker. To join in on the fun, go to hbhsfoundation.org and buy one for $20, and they get delivered the last Thursday of the month by ASB. If all that talk of cookies is making you hungry, why not check out this new edition of HB Bites?
Hey Oilers, are you looking for an ice cream parlor with unique flavors and a delicious gimmick? Well, Afters should be your go-to place. Afters is located just outside of HB between Talbot and Brookhurst. Afters has the trendy ice cream the inner hipster in you needs, from a simple ice cream scoop to the unholy concoction that is the Milky Bun, which is a glazed bun with an ice cream center. Cookie Monster is Afters' flagship flavor with its mix of cookies and cream, colored blue, with chunks of cookie dough embedded inside. Afters is a solid place to treat yourself and satisfy your sweet tooth.
Looks delicious. Well, it's that time again, Oilers. The part of the show you either skip straight to or your teacher skips straight over. You guessed it, Halt's Wizard Talk? Guys, is that a typo? Hall Talk is bad enough. Please tell me there's not another one of these mutated segments.
Everybody keeps stealing Hall Talk.
I know. That's really messed up with them.
It's like, who's gonna do it next?
Did somebody say Wizard Talk?
No!
What's that behind your ear? It's an infinity greenhouse CD.
Wow.
Just pick another card. Okay. I'm going to shuffle the deck very lightly. Oh jeez! Oh no! Any of you have $1 or something I could use to perform a magic trick?
Use the sandwich.
I see them real quick. This is going to be a very special magic trick. Let's go! What's that behind your ear?
What is
if it isn't in yes! The wizard makes it all turn back into the dead of night. Tell me, young. Who is better, Gandalf or Dumbledore?
No, you.
Thank you. When the wizard casts a spell on you, would you like to see a magic trick?
I would.
Okay, let's go. There's something behind your ear. If it is an infinity greenhouse CD, just for you.
I love these guys.
Oh.
Infinity Greenhouse sucks.
Oh, you know, we're just gonna cut this part out. In fact, we can rearrange the words so it says Infinity Greenhouse is great. Oh,
Infinity Greenhouse is great.
I think we've learned a very important lesson here, and that is that everyone has. Oh, Max Kozik!
No.
Tell me, how has it been since you quit Hall Talk?
I don't miss it. I don't miss this.
I miss you, Max. You know that. That is the end of Hall Talk. I mean, Wizard Talk.
Way to think outside of the box, guys. I guess it wasn't a typo after all. What's next? Jedi Talk? Wait, what am I saying? Aaron, don't get any ideas. I think I may have created a monster. Speaking of monsters that I've created, here's another of my patented survival guides.
Shane, are you okay?
I don't know, man. I didn't survive the last survival guide. I'm the survival guy. I'm a fraud.
Dude, you gotta stop getting down on yourself.
I don't know, man. I'll just do it later.
Dude, what do you have, like senioritis or something?
Senioritis? How to survive senioritis. Tip number 1, get yourself one of these. This is what's called a planner. You got one of these at registration, but it may be buried in your house somewhere. If so, find it, because it'll help you plan the right assignments on the right days. It'll help you get them done in a timely manner. Speaking of a timely manner, tip number 2, set a timer on your phone when doing assignments. The limited time frame will give you motivation to finish the assignment. Or if you're like me, you may have trouble starting assignments. What I like to do is set a countdown in my head. Look at your assignment and say to yourself, 3, 2, 1, go.
Why are you running?
Saying go will get you past the threshold of starting the assignment. And once you've started it, it's that much easier to finish it. Tip number 3, maybe you've got your assignments in order and you just need some motivation. Why not apply for a job? Jobs are great for life experience, and it'll give you something fun to do on the weekends. Plus, you'll get some of that sweet cash. Tip number 4, stay positive. Once you get all your stuff done, you'll feel that much more accomplished about your life. I know it's stressful, Oilers, but trust me, I've done it 3 times, and the best way to handle it is with positivity and optimism. Until next time, I'll see you later. Avoiding senioritis just takes dedication and responsibility. 2 words the tattoo artist spelled wrong on my chest. Oh well, no regrets. Another responsibility coming up for some of us is AP testing. Don't forget to sign up and prepare accordingly. Well, that concludes this episode of Campus Update. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't use them to make another Hall Talk clone. You're better than that, Oilers.